There was Helen Keller who said, life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all. Have you ever imagined waking up one morning when you're the only member of your family who is alive? What do you do when things fall apart? What do you do when nothing in life is working out in your favor? What do you do when you feel like there is nothing more that can keep you hopeful in life? What do you do when you feel like you're in the middle of a storm and you cannot keep going anymore? No matter who you are, no matter what you do, no matter where you come from, there are two kinds of factors that we all face in life. There are factors that are within our control, and there are factors that are beyond our control. There's a lot you can do about the factors that are within your control, but there's nothing much you can do about the factors that are beyond your control. I have seen the darkest part of life. I have seen the roughest part of life. I have seen the heaviest side of life. I was born in northern Uganda, a region that was in a war for not 5 years, not 10 years, not 15 years, but over 25 years. And we walked long distances to go to school. We crossed valleys, and we met the rivals on many occasions while we went to school. Many people were killed while we were watching. Many of our colleagues were killed. We could not sleep in our homes because the homes were the hunting grounds for the rebels. So where did we sleep? We slept in the bushes. The bushes were our homes for many years. How did we rise from the bushes? How did we make it? How did I become what I am today? There's a lot you can do when you're in a tunnel. You see, everybody goes through at least a tunnel in their life. But not everybody gets out of it successfully. Everyone faces tough times in their lives, many times. But not everybody emerges victorious. I'll give you 10 keys that can help you to get out of every tunnel you find yourself in. What do you do when you're in a very dark tunnel and you don't see any light? The first thing, accept your situation. It was on the 4th of April, 2021. I woke up in the morning, I checked my phone, and received the message that my dad was dead. What made it even more painful was the fact that my dad was not sick. He wasn't weak. He was healthy. But he was killed. He was attacked and killed. So when I saw the message, I was like, oh my God, what is this? But what I did, the first thing I did was that I accepted the situation as it was. You see, a lot of people go through tough times, but they live in denial. They don't accept their situations. You cannot overcome a situation that you don't accept. You cannot deny your way out of a situation. You cannot get out of a tunnel by denying it. So when I accepted that my dad was dead, it was real, it became easier for me to go through the tunnel. So when I got home, everybody was crying. My mom said, we cannot believe this. Your dad is dead. It's unbelievable. I said, no. It's a reality. It's not a dream. All we need to do is accept that dad is dead and then move on. We cannot afford to lose a life because we have lost a life. See, if you're not careful in life, you can lose a life. because you have lost a life. What do you do if you wake up one morning and the person who means the world to you is dead? What are you going to do? If you're not careful, then you can lose a life because you have lost a life. So accept your situation as it is. It's real. It's not a dream. It's a bit easier to move on when you accept it. The second thing, seek the right knowledge about your situation. You see, ignorance is the deadliest disease ever. Ignorance has killed more people than all sicknesses combined. So when you are in a dark tunnel, seek the right knowledge about that situation. You cannot overcome any situation when you don't understand anything about it. You've got to understand what it means to be in such a situation. You have to seek knowledge, the right knowledge. Because the right knowledge is the solution to ignorance. The third thing, seek help from the right people. One day when I was in the middle of the war, the rebels attacked our homes and they were killing people, so we were running. As I was running away, I saw a lot of people dying. The bullets were hitting people by my side. I saw people falling down around me and dying. I saw blood. I saw brains coming out of people. So there was a woman who was running behind me. And before I realized, she grabbed me and we fell down. She fell on me. But she could not get up. I felt her weight. Why didn't she get up? She had taken a bullet. A bullet I was supposed to take. She took my bullet. The next thing I saw was blood coming out of her punctured heart. Before she died, she told me something I'll never forget. She said, "Young boy, I took your bullet because I saw people die, and I took your bullet. But I want you to go all over the world and take other people's bullets." And then she died. And I was watching as she was dying. The rebels came later and found me on that spot. The leader hit my head with a gun. And I fell down. I was unconscious. He thought I was dead and they left. When I woke up, I was somewhere in a hospital. That lesson stuck with me to take. Whose bullet will you take in life? How many people will be hopeful in life because of you? How many bullets will you take for people? She told me to go all over the world and take other people's bullets. The same way she took my bullet. I am alive today because somebody took my bullet. I didn't understand what she said that very day. But when I grew up, I understood that people go through a lot in life that you know nothing about. Every single day, there are so many bullets fired at people. How many bullets will you take? Whose bullet will you take in life? The fourth thing you must do when you return, never lose hope. You see, hope is the engine of life. Hope is the pillar of life. Hope is the bridge between a dream and a reality. Hope is the bridge between the present and the future. When you lose hope in life, life loses meaning. And you can take in a new life. I have met people who committed suicide. Not because their problems were the biggest, no. But because they lost hope. If there is one thing you must never lose in life, it is hope. When you lose it, life is meaningless. Life is meaningless without hope. Never lose hope. No matter how tough things are, no. Never lose hope. Number 5, be calm. Control yourself. What would you do if you received a message now that the person who means the world to you is dead? You gotta be calm. Because it's real. Don't panic. Control yourself. Self-control is very important in life for you to go through every tunnel you find yourself in. When I talk about self-control, there are two moments to watch out for in your life. The first one is when they're very excited. Be careful. When they're very excited. You see, a lot of people don't understand how to manage excitement. And because of that, many people have done crazy things. Many people have lost their lives just because they didn't manage excitement. The second thing is when you are very sad. Two moments of your life. When you are very sad, when you are very excited. When you are very sad, you can do stupid things. Watch out for that moment when you are very sad. Now, normally when you're in a tunnel, you don't smile. You cannot laugh when you're going through tough times. So what do? You got to control yourself so that you can successfully get out of that tunnel. Number 6, never give up in life. You see, sometimes things are very tough. Everybody goes through tough times. But remember, if you don't overcome that tough time, you cannot emerge victorious. So, what makes people not to give up in life? What does it mean when somebody says don't give up in life? A lot of people give up in life because they don't understand 5 things. The first one is that you have the power to overcome every situation you find yourself in. You are built for storms. You are built to overcome every tough time you find yourself in. But if you don't understand that you got this power, then you're going to surrender the power. And in that case, your situation will get the better side of you. And you will lose it. The second one is that everybody goes through tough times. There are people who have even bigger problems than you. Moments after I was told my dad died, somebody called me. And she was crying. It was a video call. She was crying on the phone. She said her dad was very sick. She was crying and crying and crying. My dad is sick. What do I do? What do I do? I said, okay, relax. Your dad is sick. Mine died this morning. And she was like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I said, no, you don't need to be sorry. You don't need to pity me. Your dad is sick, but mine died this morning. So you can imagine, she thought her problem was bigger, was the biggest. But she learned somebody's dad had just died. Her dad was only sick. The third one is that there is life beyond every situation you go through in life. There is life beyond every tough moment you ever find yourself in. Therefore, never quit, keep going. Number 4, there is a bright light at the end of every dark tunnel. Now the question is, what do you focus on when you are in a tunnel? Do you see the light at the end of that tunnel, or you only focus on the darkness inside the tunnel? When you focus on the darkness inside the tunnel, you will never see the light at the end of it, and you will never see the light. I remember one day when I was sleeping in the bush, somebody told me to look outside and see. And she asked me, what do you see? It was a very dark night. It was so dark, and we were in the bush, super dark. I told her I was seeing darkness all over. She said, no, look again. What you focus on is what you see. I looked again and I saw there was a little star, very small. I told her I can see some small star. She said, fine. What you focus on is what you see. So when you're in a tunnel, if you focus on the darkness, you will see the darkness. If you focus on the light, you will see the light. Copy from God is son that carry your candle, run to the darkness, seek out the hopeless, confused and torn. That woman told me, I want you to be like that star. Go out and shine in people's lives. And now people are in darkness. See, people are going through a lot of tunnels. So you gotta go out there and shine in their lives. How many people can confidently say you are shining in their lives? How How many lives have you touched with your life? Mother Teresa made a statement that a life not lived for others is not a life. Whom are you living for? Do you live for only yourself or for other people as well? How many lives are you touching with your life? I can assure you there is life beyond every condition you ever find yourself in. Therefore, when you're in a dark tunnel, don't quit. Keep going. Never surrender. Never give up. Never lose hope. You can't go through every situation you find yourself in. William Shakespeare wrote that sweet are the uses of adversity. Sweet are the uses of adversity. The most Honorable Louis Farrakhan argued that adversity is the mother of creativity. So when you're in a dark tunnel, you gotta find your way through. You have to look around where you are, and you have to keep going. You must keep going because the solutions to the problems are ahead of you, not behind you. So when you stop where you are and you start lamenting, you never get where you're going. The next thing is never lament. And not always time lamenting, crying in life. Instead of looking for the solutions, never waste time lamenting. Move forward. Whatever you do, move forward. Every step taken in the right direction gets you closer to the intended destination. When you are in a problem, you don't need a problem, you need a solution. Therefore, look for a solution in every problem. Don't focus on the problem, focus on the solution. What you focus on is what you see. You see, everybody goes through tough times in life. But not everybody gets over the tough times. Everybody goes through dark tunnels in life. But not everybody gets out of the dark tunnels. Because many people surrender their power. Never surrender your power. The next time you're in a dark tunnel, will you focus on the bright light at the end of your tunnel? Or will you focus on the darkness inside the tunnel? Thank you very much.